You got, am I professional?
Yeah, you're wearing a collared shirt like some sort of know-it-all.
Well, I am indeed.
Yeah. So what's on your mind this quickie stunk tonk?
Yeah, man. Good question. So I was perusing the interweb, as one would
You
do.
are Peruvian.
I'm,
Just checked
I'm
out.
perusing, and I saw this. It was like a TikTok
Peruvian.
or some other meme, and it was like this what was it, like a hedge fund or like just any fund, Silver Lake, made a ton of money off selling AMC, right? And the guy's argument was it's not the hedge funds in large that are suffering, like some hedge funds, few are suffering, but many others are going to make a lot of money. And so his argument was that the retail investor is ultimately going to be the bag holder here. And I thought, well, I mean, that's an interesting argument. And I wanted to see what your thoughts on that. No one wants to be the bag holder, but someone's got to be. So, what do you
A
think about
ball
that?
bag holder in our cases. Yeah, I mean, I also was Peruvian for a Peruvian last night, and I read a very interesting take on Wall Street bets, as we do, and it said basically like the potential amount of money that the squeeze could squoze could put Jeff Bezos out of business. It could bankrupt Jeff Bezos. And for GameStop to win, the entire market has to lose. And that's a scary prospect. That's an exciting prospect on a lot of really fun levels, but it's also a terrifying prospect on a number, or I would say more levels, specifically with like the people in power, Wall Street, and our government will never let that happen. Robin Hood stopped the bleed last time, and now everyone, even you, yesterday left Robin Hood. So they can't control it anymore. So if the squeeze does happen, like like the gods of the market will have to intervene, and then to stop people from going to prison, the government will have to say like, oh no, it was deep fucking value that did this. Let's
Yeah.
let's let's hang him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that you raised a lot of good points. I still was reading through that article that you sent over from Wall Street Bets. And I readily admit I did not finish it. I started reading it and I
I've never
thought,
finished a single article on watching.
especially if it's like the Atlantic or the New York Times, I'm like, this is interesting, but I'm not reading 10 pages. It's like, just tell me what you were going to tell me without giving me the lengthy history of it. So
LDR, motherfucker.
I know. So yeah, I think that you're right. However, ultimately if these hedge funds declare bankruptcy, it could be the exchanges that end up being the bag holders here. But here's a question: if GameStop jumped to $1,000 a share, right? But all your other stocks took like a 50% hit, would it be worth it?
Yes. Dude, that's what it said in the article. It was like yeah, like if you're 20% in GameStop and 80% in everything else, that 80% is going to turn into 40%, and they're like just sell a bunch of GameStops and like invest in the stuff that went down 50%.
Right.
Like put all of like sell all the majority of your GameStop and put it in dividend stocks.
Right. Right.
And I sent it to our dad, John Paul, Bob Broadhead, and he was like, "Yeah, no, that checks out. That could happen." I was like, "Oh shit!"
Who normally is like, well, that would never happen, and you should just put your money in your checking account, the safest bet yet.
You just put your money in a bag under your bed.
A dust accumulating bag, and that dust over time can become real value. So yeah, I don't know. My thought is I'm sure well, we know that there's an amount of institutional investors investing in AMC and GME because it's a moving stock, right? So like that we know. But are they using that to invest in GME and AMC in order to create enough of a bubble so the retail investor gets stuck holding the bag? And uh, I don't, I think that's a possibility. I don't think the probability is there. So I just kind of wanted to explore that. And, you know, I still think it's worth holding on to. I mean, I know GME's down to what, like $200 last I looked, 205, 210. It was kind of hovering.
Yeah.
AMC made some good moves yesterday, which was good.
AMC like solid at 14 or something.
I've been following Trey's trades, and he basically from bell to bell all day yesterday tracked AMC amongst other things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy, but yeah, let me see. I'm just checking right now where it's at, even though I transferred all my accounts to TD.
So did you transfer from Robinhood yesterday?
Today I had to sell all my crypto because I had all this crypto, and I figured, last I looked, crypto was all kind of like moving downward. So I thought, well, this is a good time to sell, get out, come back. And plus, I've been using other platforms for crypto.
Oh, dude, one of my new clients, new podcast clients, is a like an investment manager people. And
Yeah.
I was doing my due diligence, and I was listening to one of their podcasts, and they're like, "Yeah, we really like cryptos. As you know, in 2017, we bought a sizable amount of Bitcoin for $1,000 each."
Holy shit!
And they're like, and everyone told us we were the stupidest motherfuckers alive. And then it went up to $50,000 a share. And now, or it's at like, is it still at 50 or is it 60?
It was at 57 last I looked.
Yeah. And they just like, they weren't even gloating. They were just like, and now it's over 50 times that much. So
58. It hit 60. Dude, keep in mind everyone was going nuts. Like, let's see, it hit $50,000 in February. Like February 16th, it hit 50 grand. Everyone was like, oh my God, this is crazy. But if you track it over time, it's kind of crazy. It's like, well, this is great. I watched some YouTube video of this guy. He was like freaking out when Bitcoin hit $100. It was like 2013, and he's like, he's on his potato cam, and he's like so fucking happy. It's like Bitcoin just hit $100.
Yeah,
dude. Did you see that article? You see the article where those guys have like $11 million and like on a hard drive of like crypto, and they can't unlock it because they forgot the password.
Oh, and you only get 10 tries or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh God. I just, dude, that's the worst thing that could happen to you. I'd rather just.
Yes.
I would not want that in my life.
Oh no, dude. And then I guess he used one of his last. I guess he used like his second to last one, and it didn't work.
Oh.
I would just wake up sweating. Just, oh my God. Oh my God.
Dude, I'd blow my fucking brains out.
I know. I'd get like electroshock therapy just to forget I had that $11 million.
The therapy from it's Eternal Sunshine and Spotless Mind. Like, could you just delete the memory that I have of this?
Yeah, please. Yeah, that is crazy. And I know a guy who's put a lot of money into crypto, and he bought a whole Bitcoin. I want to say around like 30. And
30
yeah, 30,000.
Dude, you know my cousin Peter?
Yeah.
He tried to spend $500 on Bitcoin in 2015, but he never hit the buy button. He thought he did, and
Yeah,
it
shit.
went up to like 30 grand. He was like, "Oh my god, I have $500,000." But he went there and he's like, it just said $500 in his account. He's like, "Fuck." I was like,
That might be, yeah, that sucks. Well, I think I was listening to this interesting analysis. God, I forget who did it. This guy who used to be a financial manager. I'll have to find his name, Sam Nash or something. He has some good takes.
you should go for Smash for short. Sam
He
Ash.
should.
Smash.
He was talking, I think it was him or it was Kathy Wood, someone. He was maybe doing this thing on Kathy Wood, didn't matter. They were talking about if all the companies in S&P 500 did what Elon Musk did and put their money into Bitcoin, like 1% of their cash, it would hit 100 grand by the end of the year.
Hmm.
So, I mean, sounds crazy, but we're in March and this thing has already gone up 10 grand.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, there were some pullbacks here at the beginning of March and at the end of February where you could get it for like 47. And I sold a little bit and I bought some more at like 47. And now I just bought another $1,000 like 3 weeks ago. Now it's at like 60 grand. So I'm like, man, you always look back on investments when they go up like 10, 20% and think, why didn't I just put my life savings into that?
Well, come on, Mike. I mean, all you ask is for people to look at your losers because
Right.
you have so few.
I have so few. Don't judge me by my winners. Judge me by my losers because I have so few. Dude, I was thinking about the scene. I think I texted to you a while ago. The scene where like Michael Berry's being like berated by like the owners of the fund he was managing, and they're like, "I want my money," and like everyone's like pissed off because he dumped so much money into these credit default swaps. And like you always wonder when you put money into like something like GME, something that's super volatile, like GME, AMC, where I think AMC is less volatile. I actually think AMC is appropriately valued where it's at right now, which is like $13-14. I
I'm
think
going
that's
to see a movie tomorrow in the theater.
oh yeah. So I think that that's fair. And I think that that's okay. But sometimes you're putting money into GME, like at $200, you're buying some and you think, is this the right thing to do? Like, am I going to be Michael Berry or am I going to be a bag holder? And I think that that's ultimately what I am wondering myself.
Yeah. Well, I think my latest, and I gotta go. So this will be
Yeah,
my.
me too.
Um, so my latest feeling on GameStop is like if every share of GameStop goes to 100 grand or 500 grand, like obviously that would change my life because I have 25 of the fuckers. But if every one of them goes to 1,000, 25 grand, that's awesome.
It's
I'd
a
be
good
stoked.
return. That's a
I'd be
good
happy.
return.
I'm very very happy with that. If it goes to zero and I lose, I don't know, 3 or 4 grand, I'll be bummed, but I won't die.
Well, it's not the end of the world.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So it's really like I'm not willing to invest enough in GameStop to where it would change my life.
Right.
So it's a fun, silly thing for me. But if it destroys the stock market and like ruins a shitload of people's lives, like that, that would give me some pause.
Well, I hope that, a lot of that has to do with, whether or not, I mean, look, if there's a storm of brewing, like you can't just be a few guys on Wall Street bets who are able to foresee that, right? There's got to be people out there who are analysts who are looking at this thing because it's not like it just started. This thing's been going on since January. That look at this thing and are able to say, this could be a problem. Maybe we should change some things around, take some money out of some riskier investments or whatever the case. The argument and that you keep making, I think is good, is the proportionality of when GameStop goes up, the market shits. And when GameStop goes down, the market seems to just be regular. It's not going up or down particularly.
Yeah. Would that be amazing if GameStop caused the next recession, though? Hilarious. Okay, here's another quick thought, and I definitely have to go.
Okay.
How has no one figured this out before deep fucking value? Like if you can convince enough people to buy something that probably should go out of business and is heavily shorted, it'll fucking destroy the entire market. How that's like terrorist level shit.
Well, I think that this is a particularly bad case, right? Like there's been other cases in the
But
past,
there's no
but
way that this is the first time that hedge funds have just gone all in on and like naked shorted the fuck out of a
oh
stock. They
no,
did the same thing to like
this is a
Continental
common.
and Circuit
Yeah,
City.
it's a common practice for sure. Like there was like this article, there was a post, some guy was like, yeah, I regret being part of that. Like he was basically admitting to what everyone assumed that they were doing. And he regrets being part of that because like you screw over so many people, like you put people out of business, you put people out of jobs. But you could make the argument that Wall Street bets or deep fucking value saved, however many thousands of jobs that GameStop provides people.
Mhm.
So there's that argument, but if it destroys the whole market, I mean, it's, maybe not worth it.
Yeah,
I don't think,
they never let that happen either.
no, and I don't think you're going to see a 2007, 2008 level of recession from one stock. It'll just be, they're going to look at what that happened last time. There was like, institutions getting involved and stopping things from happening. Like the whole thing doesn't make sense. No, all these institutions wouldn't be involved unless there was a real threat to like the exchanges, to like hedge fund companies, or to other like capital companies. So anyway, I know you got to run, man. It was a good, quick one. Please join us every Wednesday and Sunday on Stonk Tonk, sponsored by Yeti. Thank you, Yeti, for sending us all these Yetis. It's been a life changer.
The Yeti truck is my favorite that they sent. It's actually the Cybertruck that they've outfitted with Yeti coolers and
yes,
drink holders. It's really cool. Yeah,
yeah.
We'll show that in the next episode.
Yeah, we should. I don't want to get everyone like too impressed with all of our Yeti stuff,
Yeah.
all the money that they're paying us. But I just want to say thanks.
Thousands of millions of dollars that they're paying us.
They're paying us thousands of dollars in Dogecoin. It's really adding up. I think I have 36 cents.
Oh my god! So it's quadrupled then.
All right, man. I'll catch you later.
All right, dude. Peace.
See you.